Okay, we trust that the government isn't going to do anything stupid because they haven't for the last 300 years. That's dumb. That's so stupid. We need to be living in this world now. This has taken too long to implement, especially with urgent matters pressing, okay? Guys, I'm so tired. It's like midnight. I have classes in like 9 hours, so this one's going to be a pretty relaxed video. I'm not going to go ham on the editing like I usually do, but I just want to give something to go out there to you guys. I want to talk about blockchain and how ridiculous of a concept it is and how revolutionary it'll be for our future. And part of blockchain's purpose is to get rid of several middlemen and additionally to replace the use of trust. Trust is something that we don't realize that we're having to participate in our day-to-day lives, but it's something that frankly we all need to do. The only reason we trust our movie theater is because it's been standing and it stays standing, and we assume that the only reason it's standing is because people have been able to participate in the things we wish to participate in now. Alright, and so they participated in the past, and we want to participate now, and that's why we trust that that's possible. And we call that reputation as a society. You know, we give reputation to things that have proven themselves, things that are worth trust, and things that have shown themselves. Today, reputation has evolved in many ways, and some of those ways are like followers and subscribers, and it's become a lot more digital in significant amount of ways important now. But unfortunately, with the birth of the internet has created 101 points of vulnerability in terms of our reputation and society. You know, it takes, 10, 20 years ago, it was extremely easy to set up a fake page promising people tons of money if they just send them $5, It was the email that gave birth to the Nigerian prince scam, right? And these vulnerabilities could only be taken advantage of because the internet was created in a way that allowed for these things to happen, and it's the kind of things that we wouldn't see before. The point I'm getting at with these inconsistencies is there's a main central reason as to why we've created them and the reason why they exist today. And a big part of that is the trust, okay? When the internet was born, we didn't have Google, right? We didn't have Yahoo, and this was before I was even born. We didn't have these big centralized platforms to write and share our opinions and discover and do all sorts of internet things that we take for granted today. These big industries have done one thing to make our internet safer and more reliable and crack down on a lot of those vulnerabilities, and the one thing that they created was trust. We trust that Google will give us the highest relevant search result and not some garbage scam that really shouldn't be shown to you at all. We trust that when we look up Poba.G on YouTube, we're gonna see my beautiful face and not some slack off, right? These centralized organizations like Google, YouTube, and Facebook, and Snapchat, they've given the trust that we need. But that's not the way the internet was meant to be. The internet wasn't born to be run by 6 or 7 big organizations. It wasn't. It was meant to be ran by the people. It was supposed to be a place where we could go on to hop into group chat, into chat rooms, which I never had the pleasure to experience, but hop into a chat room and talk with whoever we wish to talk to specifically, and not have to deal with the world, not have to deal with a middleman, not have to deal with the post office to receive our letter, not have to deal with faulty dates or whatever inconsistencies happen in your life. We didn't have to deal with those things. Those things went away. Those issues, those problems, those vulnerabilities disappeared because we were able to just do it ourselves and give it the power to the person to do what they chose to do on the internet at any given point that they wanted to do it. Now we're in an internet that's ran by certain organizations, and it's important that we understand why that is. Enter blockchain, okay? Bitcoin came out roughly oh my god, in like 14 years ago. I was literally 4 years old when Bitcoin was born, and everyone doubted it. It was mostly for crypto nerds, people that really just liked the idea of cryptography and security and whatnot. They enjoyed Bitcoin, and it was kind of for them to dabble for. And mining Bitcoin, you know, you would get like 50 Bitcoin for one block mined. And I wish later on I paid more attention, but you know, I was so young. You know, you miss out on these things. The idea of blockchain was really to bring the idea of blockchain was to surround the internet with the decentralized blanket that was originally intended for it. The idea that we could be the holders of our own keys, our own wallets, the idea that we can control our own finances, that we can control what we choose to do with this, and not have an entity dictate or determine what can change at any given point or time is extremely important to it's a revolutionary thing. And it's unfortunate that it took until the year 2021 before early adopters began to really set their eyes on this. You know, most of my viewers are 25 to 45, which is really crazy. I mean, I don't know how to feel about that, but you guys are early. You guys, I'm assuming most of you haven't heard about crypto technology until 2016, right? When we had that first big spike, and I'm certain that it's only until recently that you guys really decided to do some research and get into it to come as far deep down as you have to find something like Cocktail Bar, the VV, or Recur. And further moving into this decentralization, further talking about blockchain and its powerfulness, we've been given the rights to ourselves through the use of blockchain. And I genuinely believe that that's part of the reason why it took so long for so many people to get their eyes on it, because big money has decided to do whatever they can to suppress Bitcoin and Ethereum and blockchain in general. And, you know, part of me thinks that, you know, Satoshi Nakamoto might have been murdered because he stood against capitalism, and it wasn't until after the 2008 financial crisis that this beautiful piece of technology finally entered the limelight. All right, it was literally the perfect time for it to enter, considering all the devastation that happened during the recession. It was something that never should have happened and never could have happened underneath the blockchain technology, underneath the Bitcoin standard. If the government had imposed blockchain before the financial crisis, we would have never experienced it. And I'm going to make a whole video explaining why, so if you want to stay tuned for that, you know, subscribe. It's probably going to be a little while before I decide to make that. But NFTs are the latest innovation within the decentralization of our innovating universe. Okay, I solely believe that one day we're going to be buying and purchasing and selling houses through the forms of in the form of NFTs. Do I think these houses are going to have like arts and pictures and crackhead monkeys on top of them? No, I don't think that. All I'm saying, we're going to figure out a way to make it modern, figure out a way to make it legitimate, and figure out a way to change every industry in the entire world. You know, one day maybe I'll start a real estate business regarding NFTs where we lend out to houses, you know, and we say, if you join our real estate, if you choose us to sell your house, we can give you royalties for the rest of your life on this house, and you can still continue generating revenue from every time this house is sold. Or perhaps if you wanted to rent it out, we could do it in a significantly easier and streamlined way, cutting out several middlemen and just keeping all the fees between you and I. Okay, when I give you this NFT, you're allowed to sell your house with the form of that NFT. The possibilities are endless. Okay, and real estate is just one of the ones that come to mind. The amount of people you have to go through, the amount of hours of researching, the amount of days it takes to sell, everything that goes into the beginning point of buying a house to the ending point of selling a house can take months, and in some cases years under certain circumstances. But an NFT would streamline this process. And I'm not saying, and to go back to the whole point of blockchain and how it's going to change all of our lives forever, the only reason this NFT can do so much for us is because of the fact that blockchain allows it to. It has replaced the trust. And look, we've come full circle now, all right? We've come full circle back to the trust. The NFT, the blockchain, has replaced trust entirely on the surface level. I don't think you guys understand that what I'm saying is right now we operate on base reputation, okay? We operate on word of mouth, we operate on meaningless documents and papers, things that can't be verified, things that are just fabricated to begin with. We operate on that. We operate on grading systems and all sorts of different fiascos that really shouldn't be allowed or useful in any way. But under blockchain, we enable base blockchain. All right, I hope that makes sense. You know, right now we exist on the base of reputation, but in the future, not too long from now, in less than 10 years, you know, I imagine life like this is going to exist in 2030. We're going to be existing on the basis of blockchain with NFTs as our main source of trust. Now, we're not going to call them NFTs. Now, and I know Gary Vee has said that. You know, I'm kind of repeating Gary Vee when I say, you know, like NFTs are going to replace a lot. But the reason why is so much more than just its effectiveness. The reason why this works is because of that trust factor. The idea that the entire world will do a full 360. The problems that the internet has caused, the violence, the incrimination, the capitalist grasp, the grasp of the rich white man can finally be peeled off and let go just because we have found a way to give everyone a chance through the form of decentralization. That's my message to you guys. That's a video. I'm trying to sell you on blockchain. That was the point of this. I'm going to make a full video. I want to make a really nice video doing a kind of like a video essay style talking about how blockchain could have totally saved the 2008 financial crisis. It's the kind of video that will influence a lot of people and get them on board with this technology. You know, I put in tens of hours of research, you know, probably hundreds hours of just watching videos and reading all about everything cryptocurrency and blockchain related and everything regarding this stuff. You know, I grew up in a school where we had technology class, and it was an elective that happened once a week, and every week I was really excited to go to that class because of the fact that there were so many more interesting things on the internet. It was this whole world, you know, and that's what makes me Gen Z, and I love it. I love being Gen Z, okay? I think I am on the better end of the Gen Zs, you know, I'm a lot older, okay? I'm not like these iPad babies. I think if you're an iPad baby, you're on the late end of the Gen Zs, but those of you that are my age are in a really good position to be in right now because we're the first to have such a high hold of all this wonderful information. And I wanted to also add, like, with the way the government has been working, I didn't mention the government at all during this, but the government can do whatever the hell they want with our dollars. They can't touch Bitcoin, they can't touch Ethereum, they can't touch blockchain, okay? What is the foundation of the government built on, okay? I'll tell you what, it's the base we're on now. It's built on reputation, okay? We trust that the government isn't going to do anything stupid because they haven't for the last 300 years. That's dumb. That's so stupid. We need to be living in this world now. This has taken too long to implement, especially with urgent matters pressing, okay? Why do we care about Trump or Biden? We shouldn't be worrying about that. The global warming is about to kill us all, okay? Alright, I'm sorry for that rant, alright, the end of the video rant. If you guys enjoyed this, all I ask is that you turn your fingers blue with that like button. That's really the only thing that's important to me. I don't care if you're subscribed or not. The like button is all that matters. We'll get back to regular uploads tomorrow. I do have a long day of classes. I hope I can get this video out to you guys quickly. You guys take care and have a wonderful day.